Hello, sketchbook heroes. We're going to do some quick sketches just for the fun of it. I want to put the picture on the side and hopefully, I don't know, maybe one day I'll do it. Picture on the side and then my drawing right next to it. That would be best, but yeah, we're just going to go for it. So what are we drawing? Well, let's drawing this cat. So here's the cat. You can open it up on one screen and open the video again, copy and paste and look at all my tabs. I'm the king of tabs. If you do that, you can listen to me and or I don't know, get two tabs going. Two windows going. I don't know. Anyways, here we're drawing this cat. So I already put it in our chat. And here is, let's just get started. All right, so let's just do this. So just drawing. Oh, there is a good website for drawing stuff, pictures. Anyways, I do see the head. The head is a round shape, and then I see the body as another shape. There's a nice little flow of form in here, but I just want to, and once I have that, I can see if it fits on my paper, see if I like it. Let's see. There we go. Ah, upside down. I knew it. There we go. All right, so here's the head, which is really close to a circle. And then the body. I know there's a shoulder and stuff in here, but I see the body mass. Just really looking for the mass in the head and compared to the mass, how that is. I can see the face, and then here's the torso, the chest, and then the legs coming down here, and how big they are, how they taper actually. See, it comes down to a point, and then the paws right here. Now, the crazy thing about the paws is one's lower, one's higher up. This really gives a sense of space, how it's this paw is closer, and then here there's a slight angle there for that leg, and then this the pelvis, I guess, and then the back, and then the shoulder. There's the shoulder. See, there's the three parts: back, pelvis, and the shoulders, and then it goes up on there. Oops. All right, let's there we go. And I'm just sketching in really quick. Sketching. I'm starting to break it down. There's that cat. All right, and I like that face. That face is going to be in here somewhere. If I need to add, I need to move stuff around, I can, because this is just a sketch. I like the torso, the chest right in there, and then the feet kind of sticking out. And there's this angle. And here's the face. All right, I'm going to focus on the face, focus on the family. It's upside down. Thanks, I know. I'm just reading your comment right now. I had it upside down. All right, so here's the head. I'm starting off with a circle. It's mostly a circle. Then the face kind of comes out. The face kind of gets pulled out of that circle. It gets pulled out a little bit. And then we got the ears. There's one ear like right in the middle, right in there. It comes up, it's almost straight, and then curves out, like kind of hanging on there. And then this ear pulls out on top of that right there. Bam. Bam. I know I make it look easy, but it's a lot of practice. It really is. Do the best you can. It's all right if it's not perfect. I know I look at some of my I like, oh my gosh, the frog that we did. I should show it right now. And I'm like, oh, but I can go back and fix it. I can go back with a fresh eye. What's important is the practice. Just do it. Just do it. Do it. Do it. Get comfortable in the uncomfortable. Right. And I can see now I can start seeing lights and darks and stuff. I'm not going to worry about that. I just getting the shapes in. I can see the eyes in here. And I kind of want to see the eyes connected as one piece. Like this is the top part. That's the top part of the brow. There's going to be one eye right in there, and then another eye right back in here, really small right in there. But I use this line to kind of connect them both. See the top of that, and that's the forehead. And here's this eye, and then the nose comes out, pulls out a little bit of nose, and then a little bit of mouth. Right in here, that cheek, there's that cheek right under this eye. There's that eye right under that eye, and then it comes out, and it's attached there. Push that in. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot. I mean, if you just get the silhouette, this would be good just for the silhouette. the silhouette of it, the silhouette, and you can just shade it all in if you got to choose your battles, but I'm going to choose the battle. I'm going to go in there and try to get not just a scribble drawing in here. I'm going to try to get some of that detail in that face. The rest I can scribble in. I can just try to capture the form and the flow of the body. I know that the shoulder, see this whole shoulder, the way it kind of is in there, the anatomy of this thing, the bones underneath. You almost have to see this as X-ray vision and see those bones. And then here, I have this angle with 1 foot closer and this back. Let's see angles. See, this is a plane. You can see the plane. This really just shows what plane where this cat is on, even though it's on a, what's this, a bench or something. I mean, it goes in that angle. Even the stuff in the background. Start seeing the plane that it's on. All right, cool. And it all goes to vanishing points. All right, let's focus on the face. Focus on the family here. Let's focus on the face. It's a little whack. All right, so this eye is a hard one because it's a 3/4 view facing down. It's a bit of a challenge, not impossible. The top of the eye is not seen that well because it's there's a little bit of hair. Here's the and then it comes down right in there. This rounded part of the eye comes up rounded and up right in there. There's a little bit of a highlight. And I'm just going to try to keep that highlight, which I almost lost. There's this rounded part here, and then it comes down. And then this top part it's under hair, but it's more or less like that. And then there's a little bit of light, even though I'm shading it, it's light. And then the hair of this nose kind of comes down right in there, kind of like that. And this eye, you only see like a little sliver of eye right in there, a little sliver of an eye. I would say it's like a diamond shape, almost like a diamond shape. That's what's happening there, a little bit of a diamond shape. And yeah, who submitted this picture? Let me see who submitted this picture. Zoe. I don't know if you're here, but we're drawing this. All right, the nose. Knowing the anatomy of the nose helps, but I'm faking it in there. And then you've got, you can see lines in here. There's these lines, but they're really dots. But if you see the lines, you can draw the lines lightly and then get the dots in there. The dots are basically where the whiskers go. See, I'm doing that on top. I see the line first, and then I can do the dots on top. If you do your lines lighter, there we go. They're in there, and it's dark right underneath. There's a little bit of a gap, but there's a little bit of shading. I'm actually starting to do shading. This whole area is shaded. I'm shading as I'm drawing. Get this cat in here. Shade this a little more. I'm pushing shades down. Oh, the nose, the mouth. There's a little bit of a shape there, and then a little bit of chin, rounded chin at the bottom, slight rounded chin. Right in there, a little bit of chin. Let me erase around it. I need to get a cleaner eraser. Yeah, look at that eraser. Let me clean this eraser. Am I erasing paper? Or slicing it out. I can do that too. Well, I can get my blade and cut it off, but I think, yeah, there we go. Cleaning it up on another piece of paper. There it is, cleans it up. Clean up that bottom of that chin. That's better. There we go. Yeah, because it's there's a lot of detail, a lot of stuff going on there, but there's a chin right in there, and it's a little hairy chin. Not by the hair, my chinny chin chin. And then all this is dark. I'm looking at the lights and darks. I can actually start getting some of the shading in here as far as the lights and the darks. where one side's lighter and one side's darker. You almost have to squint your eyes. That's a whole other exercise. Then here the hair going into patterns of light and dark. There's like little ridges, which I'm just doing. I can shade this whole thing. And then there's like dark spots. There's these ridges, like frown lines, kind of going in there. That's not too shabby. Let's get this ear. See this ear? There's this dark area in here, and all this is shaded. And see how that light and dark. So I'm doing values. This is really almost like a value study. I'm looking at the lights and the darks, and just I can, if you're uncomfortable, if you're not don't have the practice, you can slowly build up your darks. You don't have to, you know, you can say put one layer and then just okay, I'm gonna put another layer and then put another layer. I'm like, oh, I need to go darker. I'm gonna go darker here. I need to go darker here. If you need to go lighter, then you're gonna go lighter, but it's better to slowly build up your darks. Like here, probably go darker right under there. Try to keep that light under that eye. Yeah, and then there's hair everywhere. There's a lot of the fur, trying to get that texture. Another these little frown lines. Mon frere. That doesn't look too shabby. Bring that shading. This is areas dark inside here. This I'm going a little bit darker. Here now I'm going lighter as I'm shading. There's this whole dark area, the inside of that ear. Yeah, look at that cat. Bam. There's a little bit of wrinkle right in here. See, getting this texture and shading. So I'm going to try to get the shading first, because I know this is a little bit of a shade in there. And then the texture on top, I can easily just put a little texture here and there. And this is next level drawing. Yeah, this is definitely next level. If you have questions, say, how did you do this? How did you do that? You can see me, I broke it down into shapes, but I'm looking at values. I'm looking at lights and darks. That's like next level, sketching it in. Really seeing the head shape, and then the shoulders, the way that the shoulder goes back, and then all this, the hair, the way the hair flows. But before I even do that, I would probably shade this in just to get a value in there, get my values. I kind of like the way the light looks like it's already bouncing light on one side and then dark on the other. That's all intentional. Didn't happen by accident, but I didn't explain it probably as well as I could have, especially if you're brand new. This is a little more advanced. Do the best you can. It is value, so learning to see lights and darks and then learning to add texture on top of it. Yeah, because this is all light in the front and the background's actually darker. So if I really wanted that to pop, I would darken this part in front of it, the part behind it. Where's my blade? Where's my blade? Oh, here it is. Put it on the wrong level. And here's a blade. I'm just gonna sharpen my pencil real quick. Take on this challenge. Take it on. Yeah, then you can study anatomy too. I mean, there's so much to this drawing. Actually, there's a lot to this. There's we don't see I'm adding a little bit of. I'm trying to get it as smooth as I can because this is the background. Background. There's that cat. Yeah, because it's dark here, but the front of it is in front of it is that pumpkin. But it's there's a darkness here, which makes that cat kind of pop because in front of it is light. See, all this behind it is dark, so all this right here is dark. Now you can see that the pencil is shading smoother now because it kind of wore down. It's smooth on that side now. Here, all that line. It's terrible. I should have done this on a separate sheet. But it's smooth now, you can see. It's almost like doing a warm up there. All right. But this edge is light. So all this edge is light. Lighter. There it goes. That whole edge is light. And then it goes darker. It starts getting darker as it goes back and back there. Probably even almost as dark as that. But you want to keep that edge light. And then over here, that texture as it comes back over. I'm going to go ahead and shade all of this. All this. I'm leaving that edge alone. I'm leaving this edge alone too. Like here, watch this. This whole leg is what I'm going to do, this whole body. So this whole leg right here, as I'm going to just shade it all. Leave the front alone. Shade it all, shade it all, shade it all. And then go even darker, like right in here. A little bit darker afterwards. So that's the plan. So here we go. Let's do that plan. The whole thing needs to be shaded just slightly. I'm shading the whole cat except the front. Again, just the front except the front. Shading all that, just kind of like I did right here with his leg. Shading all the front, and then here except for the front of this leg as well. I'm leaving that alone. How high? Oh, right there is good, right there. Just a little bit. If I need to go back with an eraser, I'll go back with an eraser. Leaving the front of that alone. Trying to get a smooth shade, but it's not working out too well. But that's okay, because this is a furry cat. It's a hairy cat. So I'm really just shading the whole thing. All back here. It goes dark. Getting that value in. Trying to see the values. There it is. Look at that cat. All right. Now I can go darker. Like it goes darker in here. Just get those paws. Little paws for the cons. There's one paw there. I don't know, there's other things going on there. But I'm not gonna draw all the detail. I'm gonna get some of it just lost in there. You don't have to draw every single hair, every little thing. I know I'm just hitting the major things, like this dent right in there, and everything else kind of just fade into. I'm gonna fade it. I'm gonna fade it. I know it's darker here. Yeah, some of the stuff I'm just gonna fade out. Oh, there's another paw right in here, another paw. And I'm not doing a straight line. I'm putting lines in now, but I'm softening them up so it doesn't look, they don't look like lines. I'm softening it up and almost squinting my eyes to see where the darks are. Behind this whole cat paw thing is dark. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. Let me see, I shaded all that, and I'm still going to continue shading. Notice that there's light right in front of it, then there's all this shade, and then here I'm going darker still. And then here, this whole bottom too, the whole bottom of the floor is even going to go darker. It's on this crate or whatever it's on, and that bottom part is darker. See, this is all darker. And I'm just shading it in. Just shading it in. All right, Constanza, good night. Good night, good night. And if you shade it in the direction, that kind of helps. See, there's this lines going back here in that way. We got another portrait to do, or I'll take suggestions. Those of you who are here, take suggestions. Let's I'm gonna cut my eraser. Let's cut this one. Yeah, see, a little bit easier than cleaning it. There we go. And the front of this cat should be lighter. Not that good. Let's get this other eraser. This one's better. Let's clean this one up. Blade. Yeah, there we go. See, clean this up. There we go. It's all right. Yeah, looking at the lights and the darks, the values. That's all I'm doing right here in this one, this drawing. There's a lot going on here. Again, just practicing. And all I'm doing is trying to see the lights and the darks. I know this is darker here, so I'm pushing the pencil a little more. I'm pushing the pencil, pushing the pencil. There we go. And this whole thing gets lost in there. Here we go. Right in there. This is dark, and then it's coming out light. There's texture. There's more hair. Putting the hair in as I'm putting in texture and shading at the same time. Some of it's getting lost. This is the pelvis, or where he's sitting on his rump. There's this leg in here that gets lost. But this side is dark. There's darks and lights still in here. Like all this whole area in here is darker. Yeah, as it comes out. I'm going darker in here. As well. Don't compare to despair. Just practice, 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 and aim for, whatever you're aiming for. You want to study animal anatomy, you can do that. Some more texture and hair and darkness. So that's not too bad. It's coming along. It's almost call it finished. Yeah, there's darkness back here as well. Yeah, but this is not the point. The point is shapes and seeing the shapes. And you got to know why you're drawing. What's the point? What's the purpose of this? You want to tell a story? You want to study anatomy? What's the story? He is on a, let me see if I can get that stump he's on. Yeah, there it is. That looks good. All right. I think we're gonna do oh, I think I took a little more time than I wanted to on this. Let's go. The next one should be a little faster. Let's go a little faster with this next one. I want to go faster. Let's go faster. Faster, faster, kitty cat. All right, here we go. There's that one. There was should I do the goat? I kind of did the goat already. It was a quick silhouette. Oh, the dog. Ooh. All right, I'm gonna do the dog real quick. Oh, let's get you a big image of this. Copy image address. Back up here. Paste it. Get a big dog. There he is. Let's get a little bigger. Oh, that's too big. All right. This one will draw real fast. It'll be really quick. It'll be faster than this. All right. So I'm not going to break it down. I'm just going to paste it in the chat and let's get going. All right. 8 of you. All right. Let's do this. And then we've got one more portrait to do. Capture. Paste. All right. Let's just do it. Let's just draw the dog. Let's just do it. Just do it really quick. Just for the heck of it. All right, start with our circle. There's our circle. See, I can see that circle. Then I can see the muzzle. The muzzle's off a little bit. The muzzle is a little bit lower to the right. There it is. And that's our center line as well. That'll be our center line right in there. Bam. Center line. Righty. And he has a paw right in there. Oh, the dog went into a saloon with a bandage. He says, I'm looking for the guy who shot my paw. There he is. All right. And then there's a window or something that's on this side. It's kind of coming in there. All right, I can see the nose. The nose is going to be right about there, that big. And then the eyes are right above this nozzle muzzle part. I see this angle. See, this is perpendicular to this angle. Perpendicular, like it's going across. And then I can see this is where my eyes are going to be. Top of the head. And then here's one ear. Here's one ear. And then here's the other. And like I said, I'm doing this pretty quickly, showing you how I would do it really quickly. Do the best you can. And the more you practice, your accuracy does get better. Your accuracy does get better, but you can see how I'm starting off with a circle, breaking it down, seeing where one eye is compared to where the other eye is on this circle. Well, there's going to be one eye right in here, another eye right in there. And then this, I can see these shapes of this husky thing. I think I just heard the husky is the hardest dog to train. And that's the truth. There it is. All right. I kind of, yes, I see these big shapes right here, these big shapes that look like, I don't know, makes it look like a cartoon. But we're going to focus on the eyes. I can see one eye is going to be right there, and the other eye is going to be right there, the center, the pupil. And I'm looking at the spacing in between the eyes as well. This is what I'm looking for here. Let me see. I can see this nose, and I can see that, and I can see that. So I can see that space between those eyes. That's where most people mess up, the spacing. All right, let's focus on the eyes. If we get the eyes right, everything else just floats right in. So the eyes are kind of like an oval almond shape. Let's get that oval almond shape right in there, right on that center. It's kind of like a football shape. There we go, around that. Coming down to a point. Ooh, the end center, yeah, it's pretty nailed it. It's a pupil. That's the dark, and it's got it's light. It's light. So I'm going a circle here, but I still have my you got to practice drawing eyes. I still have, yeah, my oval shape, the circle of the pupil or the eye, and then the oval shape. So see the circle part goes underneath that because I know how it's constructed. And then there's dark around it, the dark, almost eyelash mascara kind of thing happening in that eye around. A little bit. Then it comes in. Then it goes over. There's the darkness around it. I'm happy with that eye. That looks pretty good. Then here, this comes up. So this is that dark part. Right here. There we go. I'm changing this up right in there. And this whole area is dark. I'm seeing this dark area right in there. See that area right in there is dark. And this I just moved up. I changed it up a little bit. I changed it up, but I see this dark area, this all this dark area. I'm gonna have to go darker. This all in there, that whole shape. This whole shape right in here and how it curves in, curves out. Curves in, curves out. See this rounded part right there? In, out, and around onto that hand. Then all this is hair, all this kind of in this area. But I know like right in there, it's dark. I said I was going to do this real fast. I get too caught up in detail. I love the detail and get caught up in the detail. It's it's the demon. Devil's in the details. But there it is. And then it goes light, and then it goes dark at the tips, the tip of the ear. I can see that shape as it's attached. And all this is dark, that whole dark area right in there. Look at that eye. Look at the yeah. I'm zooming a little more. I mean, even the quality, I got to get better camera, but I'm just working on it. There's hairs here, like little stray hairs. Inside this, there's a shade. Not as dark, but it's still hair. That feel. There's that ear. Should be thicker. Make it thicker. Zoom out. Coming along. Yeah, this design is interesting on his face or her. This is almost like the center, and then this is another shape here. This one's bigger. And I know this eye's way over here. I have my lines. Let's see, this eye should be there. I'm trying to see this shape and how it attaches itself. This looks like a baby chick. The chick head, and this is the body. But then you've got this eye that's like on top of it. And you've got this that goes around it. And then this nose that comes out. Muzzle. Nose. That looks pretty good. Let's zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Yeah, this is a challenge. This is really a challenge. I don't know. People keep submitting these. And I don't know how to simplify them. I'm trying to simplify as much as I can, but no. Sometimes you just got to draw it. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, the other one is a portrait too. All right, so here's my pupil. There's a little bit of a highlight, so I'm going to try to. This eye is bigger. This eye is bigger than the one on the left. It's a little bigger. There's a little bit of a highlight on top of it. So there's the pupil. There's the highlight. I don't know if I'm making it way bigger. Then we've got the I can get that circle shape around it. There's a circle shape around it. Yeah, that circle shape around it. And then the pupil, the eye shape kind of going, it cuts in a little bit and cuts in up there. And there's the darkness kind of goes up in there to a point. It's really hard to describe because it is so small. Just do the best you can. See, I'm keeping that light part of that eye. And I'm putting that mascara around it on this dark side, on this other side. And then bringing all that darkness back this way. And all this is dark right in here. This is all dark right in here. There's a whole area of dark. And what's crazy is that it's not a solid shape. It's really fluffy, but I see the solid shape and then I'm fluffing it out. There's that eye in there. See, I'm softening it up. Softening up those edges. And then all this is dark up in here. Yeah, let's see those eyes. Maybe I can make that eye now. Let's make that eye bigger. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. The top of the head looks like there's two bumps. 1 and 2. That's the top. Slight bumps. They're really slight. And you'd have to really notice. The hair just kind of like covers it. Kind of almost makes it like one piece. Slight hair. Slight hair everywhere. Let's zoom out a little bit. See that? Eyes. Then the nose, then the mouth. Let's get this here, here, and there. Comes to a point. Twists and turns, getting all these twists and turns. And the shading, this thickness right in here, this thick, there's a thickness to this. Then inside the ear. All the shading. Coming down. And then this, here's the ledge. Open this up a little bit more right in here. Opening it up. Opening that shape. I see this dark shape. There is a little bit of light on top of it. Right in here, there's light, but I don't have to worry about that. I can just go darker. This whole area is darker, so it's all relative. So even though I shaded it, this side is darker, and here it's darker. Then it goes out to light. And all this is shaded in here. There's a little bit of shade on these cheeks. Slight shade. Now I'm going to do the nose. The nose is going to be, I'm going to help bring it all together. So let's see that nose. Let's zoom in on it. The nose. I see my spacing. I see everything looks good. I'm flattening this side out a little bit. It does kind of like curve around and come down to a point, a little bit of a point right in the middle. It does kind of come down to a point. And then there's some big nostrils in here. Now, man, there's these big nostrils. Now, it'll look like a pig if you don't get the values right. If you just leave it like this, where it's just two holes, yeah, it'll look like a pig. But there is shading and nuances. So these little slight, there's a line down the middle. Get that line. And then here, I'm going to start softening it out, and almost where it fades. See, I'm losing it as far as you can't see it anymore. You can see the inside and then the rest of it, and I can actually shade the whole nose. I'm going to shade the whole nose, one shade down the whole nose. It's all shaded. You see it's all shaded. And then this, I'm going to, I'm looking at it. I see that the top is a little bit lighter. I'm going to make this nostril a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger on this side too. And then it's dark and then it fades out. It fades out. The top is kind of a little bit lighter. The sides are a little bit darker. But it fades out, fades out. Trying to soften it up. Let me zoom in some more so you can really see what I'm doing, because I'm just softening things up, especially on the outside. And I can actually darken this up a little bit more, which hides it a little bit more. Darken that. The top is a little bit lighter, slightly lighter. See, I'm almost losing that in there. Going a little bit darker if it's too much right there. It's got that line in the middle. Then it opens up here. The cheeks. The cheeks are in here. See how I just did that one little line too. But that one right in there, that's one cheek. And then this other cheek, there comes down a space, and then this other cheek. You got to turn the other cheek right there. And then there's right underneath is a little bit of the mouth, that chin right there. And then all this is kind of like slightly shaded. All this is in a shade. I'm going to really quickly just put a quick shade over it. This bottom part. Bam. Just a really quick little shade. And then I'm going to go darker here. This little part right here where the mouth is. It goes dark right in there, and then it blends out. It blends out. There's a little bit of kind of right in there. Look, it just kind of comes out right in there like that. See, the top is sharp, and then out here kind of blends out. And now I can go even darker. I'm going to go darker in here because this is like the inside. Notice the values I'm using. I'm using values. And like in here too, I'm going darker again, even darker. All this is, and then it fades out because all this is underneath that. See, notice how dark I went right there. And then all this is shadow and fades out into the background. All right, let's take a look. You can see that little detail. Let's zoom out again a little bit. There we go. Look at that dog. A little wild-eyed, bushy-tailed, I'm sure. All right, now there's a lot of other details and stuff that you can capture and try to get. Whew. All right, so like the paw, there's a little bit of a nail. I'm outlining it, but you got to see the lights in the dark. See, like I outlined it, but then in between is dark. That nail pops right there because I did the dark on the outside of it. See, that nail just pops. I can shade it if it pops too much. A little more shading in the background here. Is there another nail? It's like there's another nail back here. Ah, there we go. Shade this whole thing. Add some texture. Quick texture. That takes practice. But all this is the icing on the cake. We got the drawing of the dog. How accurate and all this other icing stuff really depends on, on your patience, persistence, and what you're trying to do with your work. What are you aiming for? Just a sketch. See him, his hair, and shading at the same time. So are you aiming for a sketch? Are you aiming for more realistic? You got to know what you're aiming at. What's your goal with your drawing? Are you just doing it for fun? Are you observing, trying to draw what you see? The shapes, how everything fits. Then you're trying to see values. All right, zoom out a little bit. Maybe the nose needs to be a little wider. I don't know, or a little more shaded. Erase that nostril a little bit. It's not too bad. It's not too late to whip it. When a problem comes along, you must whip it. So you just solve it into shape. Get straight. Move ahead. All right, so here are these eyes. Yeah, just getting that texture on there. Yeah, you got to know what you're aiming for. This is just a sketch, just a sketch. Nothing too trying to get exacting. Just observing lights, dark, shadows, shapes. I can put the window in the background. I can start getting more, depending on the detail. All this whole thing's back is darker. There's a little bit of a open, the window blinds. How do you make a Venetian blind? You poke them in the eyes. All right, I think that's it. All right, take requests. How many people got? I might go by myself, go all night. Oh, we got 7 hardcore heroes. I don't know. What should we do? Should we do a portrait? Any questions? We're just scribbling stuff. I think the eyes too close together. I'm even thinking the eyes are too close together. I thought I had them too far apart. I'm looking at it now. It looks like, the eyes are too close together. Yep, the eyes are kind of close together. I can bring up the nose too, even more, and squinch everything smaller. That would probably help. See, I'm making this adjustment now here with his nose. If I were to bring the nose up, that would help uh, make it look a little more closer together. So it's never too late to kind of make adjustments if you really want to fight your drawing a little bit. Let's fight it. Let's fight it. Let's do it. I'm going to bring the nose up. Yeah, because the eyes are kind of close together. This nose should probably be up a little higher. Just for the heck of it. I'm going to bring the nose up a little bit and then round it out. See, I can make this whole. I'm doing surgery here. Now we got to do all this crazy surgery, bringing that nose up really quick. Bam, bam. Even that whole mouth, all the work I did right there. I wasn't afraid to just killing it and then bringing it up. Because yeah, there we go. Brought it up. And then it still has that part in the middle. Everything, bringing it up. Let's see. I wasn't afraid to make that. And I had that nice little thing there. That's better. I like that a little better. Yeah, that's better. I'll shade all this in like it wasn't a mistake. There's actually just kind of like what we did with the other, what was it? The one with the lines in the face. There's some lines in here, and then we can do some little dots along that to try to get that texture because it does have the little holes for the whiskers on that side. Oh, that looks much better. I think that looks way better a little bit. Yeah. It's have a before and after. But you see, I wasn't afraid to kind of like, I saw a mistake or saw an adjustment I needed to make. There's more stuff that I can do to it. There's more values and shading and texture to get it a little more accurate. But I made that, I made a change. Gonna make a change. Gonna make a change. The man in the mirror. All right, here we go. Yeah. Oh, all right, not too shabby. You can tell it's a dog. No, it's a rough drawing. All right, here we go. Let's one more drawing. We're gonna do a portrait next.